Welcome back, everybody, to the Even Your Dynasty show.
We just got breaking news in.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Even Your Dynasty show. We are back with, I believe, our third to last minor league update. We've only got a few more of these coming up. But this is going to be the last one where all four full season affiliates are playing a full slate of games. San Jose and Eugene are off to the playoffs starting this week. So we're going to touch on their last week of the regular season. We'll hit Sacramento and Richmond. There's a lot of good action because this is the last full slate, all affiliates playing minor league update that we're doing. Obviously next week we'll talk playoff games, so I will give kind of how some of those guys performed there. But because this is the last full week regular season, it's gonna be a little special. We're gonna have 24 different players highlights on this one, so there's a lot to watch on this one. I went a little bit extra on this video, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you guys do enjoy the content, if you like these videos, please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. We have cleared 2,000 subscribers. We did the giveaway, gave away a couple hoodies last week. Hopefully we'll be able to give away more items like that. We've got a few other ideas for future shows that we may do. And other than that, we'll be back with our live show on Thursday, so make sure you come join us then. But we're going to just kick it straight off in Sacramento, who went 2-4 versus Las Vegas. They are 72-66 on the season. Number one prospect, Bryce Eldridge, went 4 for 22, a home run, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Still showing off the power. I believe that was his 23rd or 24th home run of the season, 17th in Sacramento. He's barely played 90 games this season. It's pretty crazy the production that he's put up in not a full season, because he's had 3 different injuries to deal with this season, unfortunately. So really overall a strong season for him. They've got a couple more weeks. I'd love to see him finish strong, see if he can get that average to finish, in the AAA average to finish up near closer to 250. He's been kind of hanging around the high 230s, 240 range for a little bit. So it'd be cool to see if he can have a strong couple weeks coming in. Number 13 prospect, Marco Luciano, went 5 for 19, a double, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's having a nice solid finish to his year overall. Obviously the strikeouts crept up a little bit, as I've said in past episodes. Probably, you're probably going to see him on his way out, I think, in the offseason or in spring training. Did make a nice defensive play in left field this last week, but just too many guys in front of him. Number 18 prospect, Trent Harris, only threw in 1 game this week out of the bullpen, went 2 innings, no earned runs, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Really solid appearance for him. I would love to see, he's got his ERA down to about 5.25. I would love to see him get that down into the mid to low 4s over the last few weeks, or mid to high 4s. Just finish the year strong. He dominated AA. He's had a little bit of a rough go in AAA adjusting, but he has really righted the ship over the last month and a half or so. Number 21 prospect, Jesus Rodriguez, came over in the Camilo Doval trade, has absolutely raked since he's been in Sacramento. This week, 10 for 19, a double, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. He is now hitting 354 in Sacramento with an 872 OPS since they made that trade. And that was about 29 games ago. This is over 100 at bat sample size. You go back at every level in his minor league career, and he just hits. You can see why Buster likes this guy. Defensively, we're going to touch on that. He did commit a catcher's interference in Trevor McDonald's start, but I watched McDonald threw a gem. I'm going to get to him in a couple players here. But in McDonald's start, Rodriguez looked very solid behind the plate, received the ball well. When you guys see the McDonald highlights here in a moment, you can kind of keep an eye on how, he was framing and everything back there. Has a good arm, blocked a couple balls in the dirt that were pretty tough. Saw some good things. He's a work in progress. He's super advanced defensively or anything like that, but you can definitely see the potential there to be at least a solid, just average, maybe slightly above average defender. If they keep working on it and he puts in the work. So nice to see you back there. That was probably the most promising I saw this past week with him. Number 22 prospect, Mason Black, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 81 pitches, 57 of them for strikes. And then, as mentioned, Trevor McDonald, number 23 prospect, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. Threw 94 pitches, 62 of them for strikes. Overall, the sinker was working early, then he turned to the slider late, mixed in a changeup here and there. That slider is a legit out pitch. And I genuinely don't understand why this organization hasn't tried putting him in the pen, especially with some of the struggles we're seeing with a few of the late inning guys in the Giants pen currently. I'm a little shocked that we haven't seen them put him in the pen. I think not letting hitters see that slider more than, one at bat, he could be really good. Especially you see him as a starter, his fastball sinker, runs up around 94 or so. I've seen him top that thing out at around 97 before in the past. If you put him in 1 inning or 2 innings of work where he can kind of empty the tank, I think he could be a really good reliever. And he has the potential to be like a high leverage reliever. So it doesn't make sense to me that the club hasn't tried it yet. I feel like it would be a really solid option. They could use him as a bulk guy early on and then go from there. Hayden Birdsong, still struggling to throw strikes, 2 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 67 pitches, 41 of them for strikes. Wade Meckler went 6 for 25, hit his first home run of the season, a walk and 5 strikeouts. Kind of hit one over into the bullpen in right center field in Sacramento. Nice to see him put a charge into one. Braxton Roxby pitched in 2 games, went 4 innings, no earned runs, 2 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. Moving over to Double-A Richmond, who went 1-5 versus Altoona. They are now 52-77 on the season. That pretty much ends their playoff hopes. And I understand everybody sees the overall record and they're like, what? How do they have any chance of the playoffs? But a lot of the minor leagues, the way they do it is they have like first half champs, second half champs. I think part of the reason they do that is all the movement that you see take place over the course of a season. It's like kind of different players. Oftentimes there's a lot of turnover between rosters throughout the year. And the second half team, the Richmond in the second half had played really well, but rough week against Altoona. Number 3 prospect, Bo Davidson, 6 for 24, a double, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Number 10 prospect, Diego Velasquez, had a nice solid week, 8 for 23, 3 doubles, 6 walks, no strikeouts. He's not hitting for the average that you'd like to see out of him this season. Last season really flourished in Double-A in about 170-ish at bats. This year, it's been a struggle for him. He only has about 22, I think, extra base hits on the entire season. Not a lot of power there. It'd be nice to see more of this out of him. A lot of doubles. He has enough power to kind of, split the gap, get it down the lines, occasionally hit it over someone's head, but he's had a really rough go at Double-A this year, and you can tell he's only 21 years old. As the body physically matures a little bit, you might see him really blossom as a hitter because he really has high ability, especially with his contact. So hopefully he gets a little stronger in the offseason. We see a little bit of a jump next season, but the talent's definitely there. Number 11 prospect, Joe Whitman, left-hand pitcher, pitched in 2 games, 6 1/3 innings, 10 earned runs, 15 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Rough week of games for him. He's been really struggling in the second half, minus his really nice outing he had last week. It's been a bit of a rough go in the second half for him. Number 30 prospect, left-hand pitcher, Jack Choate, went 3 2/3, gave up 5 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 66 pitches, 39 for strikes. He was probably kind of due for one of these outings. He'd been really, really good for most of the year. Hadn't had too many of these this season, so it happens. Hopefully, you can just turn the page and move on to the next game. Scott Bandura, 2 for 17, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Drew Kavanaugh, 1 for 9, 4 walks, and a strikeout. You're going to see kind of when a team goes 1-5 on the week, not a lot of guys really performed that great. Sabine Ceballos, though, continues to swing the bat pretty well. Went 5 for 17, a double, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Seeing the more walks and strikeouts is promising. I mentioned last week, he's obviously been very good since July 1st, but one thing I want to really emphasize for him, he has a very solid walk rate on the year. I think it's around 11% or so. And his strikeout rate is very reasonable. He's been keeping it in the 18 to 19% range. That's better than league average. Yes, the average, the power or lack thereof on the year has been a bit discouraging out of what we saw him, especially in Eugene last season after that trade for Jorge Soler. But it's really picked up in the second half, and a lot of the under the hood stuff looks really good as far as plate discipline and things like that. So definitely not out on him yet, but that's just something I really wanted to kind of draw attention to. Right-handed pitcher Shane Rodemacher, 3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 hits, a walk, 0 strikeouts through 41 pitches, 27 of them for strikes. Adrian Sagasti went 5 for 10 with a walk. Similar to some of the, kind of the complete opposite of Kavanaugh and Jesus Rodriguez, as I've said with Sagasti. Hopefully we can see his bat kind of take a step forward. Tristan Vreeling, right-handed pitcher that they acquired in the also in the Camilo Duvall trade, went 3 innings, 4 earned runs, 1 hit, 4 walks, 3 hit by pitches in this game, 2 strikeouts, through 58 pitches, 29 for strikes. I mean, I don't know the last time I saw someone give up 4 earned runs on 1 hit in their outing, but yeah, he just could not stop giving away free bases. Moving over to Eugene, who is just ripping into the playoffs. I feel like every week I talk about this team going either 6-0, 5-1, at worst 4-2. They've just been red hot. It's funny, they don't have a single top 30 prospect based on Baseball America's rankings. And yet, now there's a few guys that deserve to be there, but and yet they might have the best team in the system at this point. They finished the year with the same record as San Jose, but they went 6-0 versus Spokane. They finished the year 81-51, 30 games over 500. Absolutely dominated the second half. And a big part of that, Josh Bostic. He went 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 2 hits, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, 82 pitches, 55 of them for strikes. The right-hander, big time fastball. Actually threw his slider a little bit more in this outing. He usually relies on that big curveball. I felt like I saw more of the slider from him. But yeah, usually you see a lot of fastball curveball out of him. He's really cut the walks back. It's been huge for him. He's had a great second half. Definitely expect to see him in Richmond next season. You can see why he was on quite a few Giants top 30 lists earlier in the year. Interesting to see that he dropped off, but it kind of happens sometimes with the fringe guys when the new draft class comes in. Damian Bravo, the outfielder, went 4 for 14, 2 strikeouts and a stolen base. Still holding his own, for a guy that jumped straight from college to high A as a 15th round pick. Nice to see him just kind of hanging tough in there. Jacob Christian, he's been playing a lot more corner outfield lately. 6 for 16, a home run, a double, a walk, 9 strikeouts, and a stolen base. I don't love to see the 9 strikeouts, but he did hit the ball hard this week. He is quietly hitting nearly 300 in high A since his promotion. He's had an excellent year. He'll probably start next season back in Eugene again, but he's a guy I think that would be a quick promotion candidate. Jonah Cox, 7 for 21, triple, 2 doubles, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and a stolen base. You look at the numbers, just kind of the you look at the average and the OPS, and it doesn't jump out with Jonah, but then you look at the double digit home runs, the double digit triples, the 20 plus doubles he's hit. I think he's at 40 something stolen bases at this point. He's one amongst the league leaders. And you just realize just how many ways this guy can impact the game. He's been really solid defensively on the year. He has a lot of potential, and I still think he's a little bit limited. He's probably more of a 4th outfielder type. But with his speed and just he can be kind of a weapon for sure. So hopefully we keep seeing him develop. I want to see the bat come along a little farther. Still strikes out too much overall on the year, but he did cut that back a lot in the second half. Xander Darby took an 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Greg Ferrone, the left-hander, went 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He will be starting game 1 of their playoff series tomorrow. So make sure you guys check it out. Parks Harbor, he went 8 for 18, 3 doubles, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, similar to Jesus Rodriguez. About all he's done since coming over to the Giants organization is flat out rake. I loved with the doubles, you see one of them go into the left center gap. You see him rip a line drive down the left field line, and you see him absolutely, hit, just poke a liner, a hard, sharp line drive down the right field line too. So you'll see that full field approach with him. Really like his game. Hope to see him up in Double-A. I don't see any way he's not in Double-A to start next season. The way he's performed in High A, both with the Yankees organization and the Giants organization, I fully anticipate to see him in Double-A next season. And similar to Ceballos, I'm cautiously optimistic to see him at that next challenge. Charlie McDaniel, he had a phenomenal start. The lefty went 7 innings, no earned runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 99 pitches, 65 of them for strikes. He took a no-hitter into the 8th and actually struck out the first batter in the 8th. They did not record the out, though. It was a drop third strike, and O'Neill Perez threw it up the right field line. Ended up giving up a hit that broke up the no-hitter. Guy scored. It's an unearned run, but it was still a phenomenal outing. Absolutely dealt. His fastball, he likes to play it up in the zone. It's a really solid changeup, really good breaking ball, solid. He's been a roller coaster in Eugene. Had a great season in San Jose. You look at his numbers in Eugene, they don't jump off the page. But if you go down the game logs, there's a couple ugly ones in there. But I mean, he's had 3 just gems that he's thrown with Eugene. So he's settling in. Hopefully next season we'll see more consistency at that level. And I'm going to go to the Eugene game on Friday. I'm hoping that they have a chance to win the Northwest League Championship that day. It's the 3rd game of a 5-game set, and I'm kind of hoping I get to see Charlie pitch that game. I don't know if he's going to throw or not, but I'm rooting for it. Quinn McDaniel, 3 for 13, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. Giancarlo Sio, 7 for 17, a home run, 2 doubles, 3 walks, and a strikeout and a stolen base. Just kind of does it all. The home run was an absolute tank up onto the roof in right field in Eugene. He hit over 300 in San Jose. I want to say he's hitting, near 300 or better in Eugene right now, without, having it in front of me. He's played all over the diamond. He's been just really, really solid overall. I love his approach. Lots of line drives, but you've seen in the second half, he's really starting to drive the ball in the air more frequently. So, we'll see, if he can sustain that over a full season. It'd be interesting to watch next year, but he's gone to Eugene, and similar to Jacob Christian, he took the challenge, and he's actually been maybe even a little better since he's been in Eugene. So really impressive to see. And then Charlie Zucconi, who is possibly one of the favorites for the Northwest League MVP. Obviously, a few guys, like Bandura, Bo Davidson, James Tibbs when he was there, those were really kind of the best players even on the Emeralds. But a lot of these players have moved on. Charlie, for whatever reason, they kept him down in Eugene the entire season, and he has been possibly the best player, at least since the end of May, in that league. He went 9 for 19, 2 doubles, a walk, 3 strikeouts. He did manage to clear the 20 home run plateau last season, or last week, I'm sorry. And I think he ended up tying for the lead league in extra base hits. Maybe he fell one short. He had tied and passed the leader at one point during the week. Hit 54 extra base hits on the season. Just a really great year. Nice to see him. Great guy. Hopefully I get to see him do some fun stuff in Everett this week. Moving over to San Jose, they went 3-3 versus Modesto. They also finished the season 81-51. They are also going to the playoffs, where they're going to face, I think they're facing Modesto in the playoffs as well. So we'll see how that goes. And then, they're kind of limping in there. They've had a really rough last month pretty much, but they definitely have the pitching that they could still win that title. Number 5 prospect, Johnny Level, 6 for 21, a home run, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and a stolen base. I think the only thing that I've seen that's, I don't want to say concerning. That's not the right way of putting it. But the only thing I've seen that since he went from the complex league to San Jose, we've definitely seen a dip in the walk to strikeout rate, I should say, or strikeout to walk rate, however you want to look at it. In Eugene, or in the complex league, I want to say he was right about 1-1. He might have even walked slightly more than he struck out in that league. It was very close. Since he's been in San Jose, it's definitely been a lot more skewed towards the strikeouts. He is 18 years old. He's making adjustments in that league. I fully expect to see him be just a way better player next season. And, it's good to see the adjustments coming out of him. As an 18-year-old, he went through a bit of a slump, and he's, finished the last couple weeks a little bit stronger. So let's see how the playoffs go, and hopefully he can, have a nice, solid playoffs. Number 12 prospect, Argenis Kayama, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Number 14 prospect, Jacob Bresnahan, 5 1/3 innings pitched, no earned runs, 4 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts, 82 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. Bresnahan going 5 or more innings and giving up no earned runs. Where have I heard that one before, other than about 8 other times this season? He's been so good in that league. I'm really looking forward to seeing him up here in the Northwest League next season. Number 16 prospect, Keener Martinez, went 3 1/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 72 pitches, 45 of them for strikes. Number 17 prospect, Luis De La Torre, went 4 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts through 65 pitches, 43 of them for strikes. Another really solid outing. They did limit his pitch count a little bit in this one. That was kind of interesting to see, but we'll see, as the playoff goes, we'll see if they let him go a little deeper. Number 19 prospect, Junior Marte, went 3 2/3, gave up 4 earned runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts through 72 pitches, 46 of them for strikes. Number 26 prospect, Lorenzo Miola, went 8 for 21, a home run, 2 doubles, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, stolen base. Wasn't really a guy known for his power coming out of college, and it's nice to see him put a charge into quite a few since he's been there. The home run was pretty impressive, I believe, to right center with his. Did pull one off the left field fence that was just an absolute rocket into left field. Has hit some balls really hard, really settling in. Nice to see his game. He just plays a really solid shortstop. Made a nice play ranging out into the outfield on a pop fly. Made kind of a sort of diving catch going out to his right, to the left, if the camera view. But really solid so far in the early going. Number 29 prospect, Cam Maldonado, 7 for 23, 3 doubles, a walk, 6 strikeouts, and a stolen base. I think he's still looking for his first home run, his first professional home run, but has hit quite a few doubles since coming up. He was the Giants' 7th round pick. Lots of power, lots of speed. Kind of that, upside pick that you like to see out of teams, especially when you're picking in the 3rd through 8th or 9th rounds. Really good place to get a guy that like Maldonado, that maybe he's got a little bit of swing and miss, but has a lot of upside with the power and speed. Trevor Cohen went 7 for 20, a home run, a double, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases. The speed, he's been showing it off. Actually beat out a ground ball in one of the games where the third baseman, routine ground ball, the guy just double clutched a little bit, took his time a little too much, and Cohen beat it out. Impressive speed, put a couple charges into balls that he gets it airborne, And I don't want him to change who he is as a hitter. If he can just get airborne a little bit more frequently so that the power plays a little more, this could end up being a really good pick. And I would love to eat crow on it. Myself, Dan, Ricky, we all talked about how we felt that they drastically overdrafted him at the third round. I've said multiple times, I love the player. I just don't like where they took him, feeling like he was probably going to be available in the fourth or sixth round even. But you know what? If he ends up being just a great player, like no one's going to complain about that, including myself. And I will happily eat crow on that. Lisbel Diaz, 7 for 22, a home run, a double, 2 walks, 0 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Nice to see him drawing a couple walks. Love seeing the strikeouts cut down entirely. He actually is a pretty high contact player. Unfortunately, that means he doesn't draw a ton of walks either. The power's been playing a little bit more in the second half of the season. Has actually finished the year pretty strong overall. Hunter Dryden went 6 innings, no earned runs, 3 hits, a walk, 6 strikeouts, through 68 pitches, 49 of them for strikes. Fastball was really live, has kind of a weird motion, but fastball played really live, has a really nice kind of, I don't know if they classify it as a sweeper or a slider, but it's more of a sweeping slider, I should say. Has a really sharp horizontal break to it. Really like that pitch. A little shocked that they kept him in San Jose all season, considering he had one of the best ERAs throughout the year, was one of the more consistent pitchers, and is a little bit older for that level. So I was shocked we didn't see him get promoted, but I anticipate seeing him in Eugene to start next season. Robert Hipwell went 6 for 18, a triple, a double, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He slumped a bit the last month of the year, but all in all, it's going to end up being a really solid year for Hipwell. Jeremiah Jenkins went 1 for 9 with 3 strikeouts. He's a guy that we kind of mentioned, like I would love to see him in the fall league. If he decides to do that, I feel like it could be really beneficial to him. He lost a good chunk of the season to injury, similar to how we saw Charlie Zacconi go to the fall league last season. Guys like Carter Howell go to the fall league. I feel like a guy like Jenkins could really benefit from that. Drelmy Maldonado went 2 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Walker Martin went 5 for 17, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Love seeing the strikeouts kind of cut back a little bit. The walks, when the walks and strikeouts are around 1-1, that's really nice to see. And then Nico Mazza, last but not least, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, threw 82 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. And that is a wrap on this week's minor league update. Like I said, next week, we only have 2 full regular season slate of games. That's going to be in AAA and AA. I believe AA wraps up next season, and then AAA wraps up next week. AAA will wrap up in 2 weeks. But I will absolutely talk about the playoff games for Eugene and for San Jose. So we'll go over those. We'll talk about how they did, share a couple highlights from those games. Hopefully we get to talk about a couple champions and a couple winners, but we will see how that goes. But like I said earlier, if you do enjoy the content, please do slap that like, hit the subscribe, do all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. I love doing these minor league updates for you guys. We only got a couple more for the 2025 season. It'll be a wrap for that. Then we will go ahead and look forward to, making where these are going to stick around. We're going to keep doing these next season. I will do these in 2026. We might make some changes to how we do them, all for the better. I can't cover every player, as you guys well know, but I'd love to try and make some tweaks to how we do these, to make the experience even better for you guys. So I appreciate all the love and support you guys through the channel. It's been great doing this all year for you guys. So other than that, we'll see you all Thursday night, and go Giants.